Gosh darn it. Let's try this again. All right. Welcome to everybody to another episode of Politics and Wellness with your host, of course, Captivating Christian, and who else but the illustrious, handsome brother Nate. Let me know when you're ready, sir, so we can get the ball started. Welcome to everyone who has popped in. Patty Duke, as always, it is a pleasure. Melissa, Auntie, how are you? Miss Pink, welcome. Always great to see you. The real Brooklyn, what's going on? You see you here. Nice to see you. And of course, Mr. YouTube Streets, how you going, sir? I'm gonna hold you to that because you know I'm apparently I'm poor, so I'm gonna hold you to anything you can donate. Whatever. Bullshit. Hey, what's going on, brother Anthony? What's going on? Junk Runs Closet, how are you? Queen, how are you? Blessed and highly favored, I'm sure, as always. So let's get into it. How was your week?
Very nice, very nice.
That's good. And happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers who's
To
popping in the
everyone.
room. To everyone. Without you, we wouldn't be able to function, and so, you deserve more than just a day. You deserve a lot more, but a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. How did your wife enjoy her Mother's Day?
Oh, she was fine. She did very well.
Uh, awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Furniture Closet, for this super sticker. Thank you. Yeah, this one it wasn't that bad. Like Mother's Day is very for me. The whole month of May, to be really honest, is really just like can we just like erase the month? But I know it's other people's birthdays and things of that nature, so I try to kind of go with the flow. But this month of May this year was not that bad. So thank you. Thank you all for your well wishes and prayers and things. A lot of you that followed me on Snapchat as I was posting. And thank you because you helped me. You helped me through.
Very good, very
Yeah.
good.
So
Yeah.
I use my wellness as well because health
You
is
use it
wealth.
on yourself?
Yes, health is wealth.
Look at that.
Right. Uh,
Most people don't. They'll
right.
spew it, but they won't
Yeah,
utilize it for
They
themselves.
don't because they don't care nothing about it because but it's important and it's vital, and with death being something that is imminent, gonna happen to every one of us at some point in some
Oh
time.
yeah, and some of
Uh,
us sooner than we thought, didn't we?
Whew, goodness gracious. Uh, yeah, it's like we have to start taking reflections and really making sure our house is in order because
Mm.
at any time this could be something that we never know. And speaking of which, let's get right into these news. All right. First, of course, we want to give our condolences to. Sorry, I'm running through all this. We want to give our condolences to not only one family, not only two families, but three families. Just real quick, of course, we have. Sorry, and it's a whole lot of news here, so I'm scrolling. Um, Ryan Chandler, uh, Pastor Ryan Chandler. He's a 35-year-old man. I mean, he just celebrated a birthday, literally, a few days ago. 35-year-old father of two who celebrated his 35th birthday was murdered in Arkansas convenience store, leaving his family devastated. He's a YouTube personality. He had a show called what was it called? Why did I just draw a blank? Just that quick. Okay, it'll come to me. It will come to me. I know I was watching it earlier today. Like, trying to review myself. But anyway, it's a show like King Jives where he talks about the church and the things that a lot of people do in the church. His last episode, right before his murder, happened to deal with a pastor who had offered to have him come down to say a prophetic word to the people after they kind of cut a deal because he charged a particular amount. And the pastor of this particular church said he wasn't going to pay that amount. So they kind of worked out, okay, well, you don't have to pay this, I'll pay for that. So he wound up going there, and the pastor of the church was upset that he did not raise the amount of money that he expected him to raise. And, he was like, I don't play those games. I don't play those games with people and God like that, because you could end up not in a good place or dead, shot or anything. So I don't play them games with God. And, this man has lost his life being shot, brutally murdered, killed, shot in the head. But this last recording that he put on his YouTube channel dealing with this particular bishop whom, was more concerned about the money and bringing in the money, and even like hired him for a second day, that it was really ridiculous. I mean, he played a bit of the recording and everything, and Bishop wasn't having none of it. Like, I don't give a goddamn what you say. You gonna come back here and make my money. He calls him Bishop Ike. That's how bad it was.
Not Reverend Ike.
No, not Reverend Ike, but Bishop Ike.
But Bishop Ike.
Bishop Ike.
Damn, they gotta be afraid of the past.
Yeah, a very talented young man. Like, that was my first time really watching him. Like, I watched it today. And forgive me for the fog, because I do a lot of that reading and watching the last week to kind of refresh myself on a lot of things. But very talented, like funny as hell. Like, I really did not, and I feel bad that I did not even notice this person. Prophetic word, very strong. Just I'm really just at a loss to know that he was murdered in such a way, and if allegedly, if this bishop had anything to do with this, because this is the last, I mean literally the last live that he ever did, where he was exposing a lot of these church mentalities of it not being about the people and about the soul of God, but literally about raking the money off these people. I mean, take it. If you had, literally, he asked the man, "What you want me to do? Take the people's mortgage?" He's like, "Yes." Now, how you going to take somebody's mortgage payment?
The devil's everywhere.
Yeah,
if you believe in the devil.
Yeah.
The devil's everywhere.
Yeah. So that exposure, it's hard to say if that exposure caused him his life, but I just, it's really, really crazy that even church, as much as they talk about, other sins, has come, because there's thugs everywhere. So please don't get confused that the only thugs
we know how church is.
Right. Or happen to be on the corner, because they'll know they right in your pulpit too. I will tell you in a minute, shake your dollars. And I better not hear change. So condolences definitely to the family. I do believe his services will be in Texas. It's supposed to be the 14th, I believe. Don't quote me. I'll go back and check, but I think it's the 14th of May, which is this Saturday. And I do believe the funeral home that is doing the services will be providing a YouTube viewing.
Okay.
For people who want to watch.
That's crazy. That is really crazy.
It really is. Really is crazy. They do have the young man who shot and killed him in custody. Quickly, from what I read, they apprehended him. He was also tampering with evidence. So that could mean a number of things. Of course, a cell phone. with some other incriminating evidence that he could possibly been tampering with, or God knows what. But
yeah, who's to say they weren't going after him for what he was paid?
right,
Because
yeah,
the other person wanted
yeah,
it all, felt as though that he didn't deserve it. So
yeah, definitely. Check out King Jives. Sorry to cut you off.
yeah,
Definitely check out King Jives' live where he talks about this young man, because he basically mentioned that. And that's what made me look into the story to be like, what? And that he felt it was a hit on this young man,
yeah,
because the
because
young man
that's what it sounds like.
yeah, to pick up no stranger, anything. And even listening to him, if you just go to his YouTube channel and watch his live. I think it's Clear the Air. Thank you. And I look up to him. That's probably sounding in my ear to my Clear the Air. It is Clear the Air. Is the name of his podcast that he had on the Facebook, and in that he talked about church and church business, like behind the veil of church, and exposed a lot of things and people and practices that the church does, and he wound up exposing this Bishop Ike to the people because of his practices. And if he happened to lose his life because of that, it's a sad state of affairs, not just for his family, but for the church at large and for the people who believe in such a church with all of these kind of facets and little, sectors and things with Church God in Christ and other denominations. I don't know. It really is sad. Sad. It really is sad. But yeah, prayers go out to him. And also this week, we lost our brother, whom some, of course, did not agree with and felt fault with. But Kevin Samuels has left us this week as well. He is most known for a lot of his controversial conversations with men and women alike when they took upon themselves to call into his channel and kind of ask for advice on what they should do in their dating lives. So then I mean, I'm still confused as why people got so bent out of better shape. They called in and asked, and somebody answered.
Yeah, you knew what he was about. You know his delivery.
But not even that. It's just like if you had a friend that you knew kind of shot at the hip, and you asked them, "Hey, what do you think about this?" or "How do I look in this?" And if they're just going to tell you the blunt, honest truth and not really care that you may feel some type of way about it, but they're being as honest as they possibly can, and you might get your feelings hurt, why would you like? I don't understand. And I mean, I get at the other end too that a lot of it was kind of, macho, male, toxic, kind of driven a little bit. But some of it, again, it's like that when somebody says something, you kind of take bits and pieces that you can really carry that really would help you grow, and you kind of leave all that other bullshit by the wayside. That's how I look at people, him and people like him, that there are some things that you can actually take and grow from, and there are some things that
you could actually. He gave a lot of sound advice. It's just his delivery. But once you continuously honk on you black women,
right.
nobody wants to hear that.
Right.
But you tell them the truth that you can't be out here running like men run.
Right.
You can't do the same thing. Because you're not a man. It's not because you're the whole physical thing. It is the mentality and how you were raised.
Right.
And then of
how
course
how men would view you.
And some things are just biological.
Yeah.
Men can be whores and have no feelings. They can sleep with you, have no feelings for you. Right. Plain and simple. Where most women are nurturers and they will attach.
Right.
You know, but then too, you have a lot of young people, a lot of young women that would, I guess, play it as a game that is kind of, it's kind of funny, you know, that type of thing, and not really take it seriously, and you know, and it is.
Right. Very true.
But a lot of things he said made sense and makes sense, but his delivery is horrible. I had to turn that shit off.
Yeah,
I had to turn that shit off, because there's other ways of saying it. If you're going to deliver it hard like he did, come back with a solution or examples. You know, give them examples. Just don't say, oh, you know, what was the last thing everybody keeps humping about? If you're not married by 35, that's a total falsehood. And then too, I'm not going to ask a person who has evidently not been in a long-term stable relationship.
Right.
You know, if you've been married 2 or 3 times, you got issues too. And I'm not gonna ask you. I'm put like this. I may ask you, but I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what, Patty Duke, you're absolutely right. Celebrating his death.
Right.
That should be held over for Donald Trump.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, somebody else that's worth it.
That's worth it, because he did not do anything. He has not caused people death.
Yeah.
Or whatever. No. He was just telling his truth.
Right. And if you asked him, he was just being brutally honest about it. And I mean, you know, granted, one thing we must learn to do is really take constructive criticism better. Because sometimes, like I said earlier, a lot of that stuff, there's certain things that you can really take and grow from. And there's certain things that you can kind of, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Do you really think at 35 that you are a has-been? If you know what I'm saying? If you focus on your career and that's what you focused on, and at 35 that you decided, okay, I'm ready to settle down, that's your business.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody you choose.
That's right. If you want to build your house first.
That's it.
Which I suggest you have your own.
You do, right.
Knowing what you will have to deal out here with a lot of these men, or the men that you have to pick from.
That you pick from, right. Mm-hmm. It's like, if you gotta sit here and talk about what do you have to bring to the table, bitch? I'm building the table. And while I'm building the table and the table is finished, then I can say, okay, well, you can bring your stuff if you choose, or you can bring your plate or whatever.
But don't bring too much.
The table ain't that big.
And you only get one drawer.
That's it.
But they were actively celebrating his death.
Yeah.
Now the way he went out.
Yeah.
You couldn't make that shit up. Okay.
Really I don't know if it's a Viagra commercial or a Sierra.
You know what? The first thing they put up. They had a thumbnail. A can of Red Bull and Viagra. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, that combination killed him. They did the autopsy already.
Right.
Too. Okay.
Yeah. With that, TMZ is reporting that from the 911 call, it seems like the young woman who was there with him attempted to save his life. That she
because supposedly she's a nurse.
Yeah. And she attempted to try and save his life as he was going through cardiac arrest or some kind of irregular heart rhythm. And to all that, the only thing we need to be really discussing as in depth as we are touching on all the stuff he said is that we need to focus on our health.
And be careful too. If you're a lot of the stuff that we do now, like drinking Red Bull. Why are you taking Viagra?
But
unless it's not prescribed for you, because I see a lot of young people doing that shit too. You gonna wake up, that shit ain't gonna never go down. Yeah. It actually is gonna explode. Okay,
not explode. But that's my thing. Had you been focused on your health more than you focusing on, kind of being the talk of the town, you would have known that, hey, you have issues with your heart rhythm that you can't necessarily take this and take that because it would in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of things that we need to be discussing and focusing on, rather than just talking about, the stuff he said. We need to be focusing on our health, and again, health is wealth. It's not just about, because it's nothing. And I hope that a lot of people do have life insurance to pass on something to their loved ones, because I do believe he had a daughter,
yes.
and other family members that, hey, now have to, take on the burden of burying him or whatever final resting place decisions they make. But, that's up to the family. But
burn on high.
Yeah. At this time, it's like we need to be focusing on our health. We really need to start taking our health seriously, because at any time you could think you're taking this to have a long night and to, show her you could last for hours.
You know what? No, that's when
20-something years old and
no. At 54 years old, he should have some skills. Okay,
but
it ain't all about the penetration. Okay, you got fingers and toes, motherfucker. Fingers and toes.
I'm saying some people don't want to use their fingers and toes and end up like that scene in Color Purple, talking about how he died on top of me. So, it's ridiculous. It is really ridiculous. But anyways, let's moving right.
Like I said, fingers and toes. Because if he think that only his pleasure came through his penis, let's be be real. I mean, for him that'd be But you know what? Like I said, he should have mastered some other skills.
Yeah,
by the age of 54.
He should have, but
Hey, Miss Philadelphia, how you doing?
But in other news, let's moving right along. We have this young man. For those of you who may not know, this is Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake was the young man in Kenosha who was shot 9 times in the back as he was having a disagreement with his baby mama. Jacob Blake has recently withdrew his civil rights lawsuit against a Kenosha officer who shot him in the back during a traffic stop in 2020. Reported by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, following the shooting, protests which had led up to, what's that white little cracker's name that did all that shooting in Kenosha?
Kyle Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse.
Right. That's what started Kyle Rittenhouse to grab your guns and get your rifles and get to shooting and protecting our lovely land, because that's what happened with this young man. So, he has withdrew his petition. And what's your thoughts on that, sir, if you have any?
No, I was just trying to figure out why he ended pursuit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he going after? Because the article didn't go into detail whether or not he was going after the county who he was going to sue next. But once he dismissed it, he can't go back and reissue another warrant or what. I mean, not a warrant, another where he can sue or whatever.
Yeah, not the federal though. Like that's So I don't know what.
Because he hadn't. Because none of the other cases had come up yet.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything else. But I just figured, because that was just the civil suit against the officer.
Yeah.
And I would go after everybody.
Yeah. So I don't know if maybe
because those other ones aren't guaranteed.
Right. So I don't know if that was the goal of dropping this one, because they figure they have bigger fish to fry or more to get.
Yeah, I can see that, because you're only going to get so much from an officer.
Right.
Unless, and you can't attach his pension or anything else.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, not yet anyway.
Mm-hmm. But you can definitely go after the state or whatever county it is.
Right.
For X amount of millions. Because regardless, he's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life.
That's it.
And he's paralyzed from the waist down.
From the waist down. And
I would have preferred more burning, I felt a little better about that because we should release these feelings because it's just going to explode. I'm telling you.
Right. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I forgot a picture because I thought I had one, but we'll talk about it real quick. Derek, I think we talked about it last week.
Derek Chauvin, yes, but it hadn't gone through.
Right. It hadn't gone through the full portion of litigation. So this week, a judge has accepted Derek's plea deal. For originally, he was supposed to be in jail for 25 years, and the judge has knocked off 5 years, making it a 20-year sentence. And of course, Bubblegum Shrimp, what's his name? Tony Crump.
You mean Bubba Gump? You mean Bubba Gump? You said Bubble Gump.
Bubblegum Shrimp, bubblegum. That's what he sound. He sound like all of it. That's the longest time any police officer has ever served in U.S. history as of right now. Because if he got that knocked down 5 years, give it another year, give it a couple another months. We're going to go down for another 5. We're going to go down for another 5. Every year they're going to knock 5 down until he's walking free. So, I mean, I don't think there's nothing to praise and shout about. At the end of the day, he still killed the man. He finally, for the first time, apologized to the goddamn family. But that's what he should have done on day one. But, I mean, what do I know? Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on that one?
Excuse me real quick. Ms. Hampton, we see your comment. We have a lag on this end. So by the time your comment popped up, we were already on to the next thing. We will address it at the end of this segment. Thank you. Continue, sir.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Let's see.
Because I don't want anybody to feel that, because we have a lot to run through, and we don't want to stay hung up on a lot of stuff. And we do have a lag.
Right. Yeah. Sorry about that, but that's all StreamYard's doing. So recently, as of a couple days ago, the Senate has passed a bill for police protection for the family of Supreme Court justices. This on the heels of that fat mayonnaise woman known as
Karen.
Known as Karen Thomas, the wife of Justice Clarence Thomas, has been raked through the coals in the news and everything else with her involvement in the insurrection on January 6th. So, I mean, you do the crime, you do the time. I really don't understand what were you scared for? You wasn't scared when you was doing it. You wasn't scared when you was planning it. You wasn't scared when you was paying for the buses. You wasn't scared when you was dropping money for any kind of transportation. So why be scared now? Stand in your truth. You did it. You stand in it. What you need security for? What you need security for?
I figured they'd be happy that all this other stuff is going on, that people had taken their bullseyes off of them.
Right. But that's mainly what the passing of this bill was, because she's scared now for her life because people have threatened her and Justice Thomas. But the justices get security, so that's not.
I was going to say they get it anyway.
The justices get security. The family members do not. They only have security when they're traveling with one of the justices. But
I'll tell you one thing: with everything going on, they all need security.
Right.
But then too, you have to look at where's the money in the budget coming from.
Yeah, that part. So,
and especially since we do not have a equal commingling of justice and everything else. They're just as dirty as everybody else. So you actually see it. They will need it.
Yeah. In other news, we talked about this some months ago when the New York Police Department And that's right, I said New York Police Department in YPD Blue has been taking the DNA of random people and kind of putting them in the database just for cases that maybe they may be violent, maybe they may commit a crime, and they'll have their DNA already in the stockpile to tie them to crimes and things of that nature. The judge said recently, as of this week, oh hell no, and put a stop to this DNA crime fighting tool that has helped crack cold cases and put murderers behind bars, which raised a privacy and racial discrimination concern because lawmakers never approved this practice. Any thoughts on that? And you can also check out all the stories later on. I'll drop them in the post, or if Brother Nate has them, he can drop them in the chat. That way you can, read them further and check them out. But I thought this was pretty interesting.
I always kind of figured that type of thing went on anyway, depending upon what a person was picked up for.
Right.
That they were taking
swabs of DNA, fingerprints, and all that stuff. Yeah, and just to keep it on deck.
That's why I'm kind of against the what is it? 33andMe or what is it called? Where you're voluntarily giving up your DNA because they have sold your DNA to the different organizations. That's how they cross, and it doesn't even have to be the person that committed the crime. If you are a relative, say a brother or a cousin, they can narrow it down through your DNA. And this is, they're not supposed to do it. I'm sure you signed paperwork saying that your DNA, your material it will not be sold or given away.
Right. Yeah. That's really, really crazy. All right. So from there, this one too.
Let me see if this one goes through. Okay. Yeah, I'll drop the links for that one.
Okay. And then I also, in other news, Black women are opting for more births outside of the hospital as reports climb of infant child deaths or deaths of birth mothers in hospitals. Black women are electing to have communal births rather than hospital births as a part of this, since this COVID pandemic has begun. A Partnership for Women and Families has reported a release last month saying that the community of births have increased as much as from 2019 to 2020 and noted higher rates in the changes among women of color. The community births, which occur at home or in the community birthing centers, have increased by 25% with Hispanic mothers and 26% among indigenous persons, as Black mothers in the community surged to 30%. Jobs. Excuse me. But yeah, that was interesting. That was really interesting to me as I read that today. That a lot of women are opting to have births in the home or in birthing centers and not at hospitals.
Yeah, I told you my grandmother was a midwife, back in the 20s and 30s. Back in the 30s and 40s.
Right.
And that's how we got a lot of uncles and aunties, because she would just keep the babies if the young girl didn't want them, because during that time it was such a stigma. Mm-hmm. You would always hear about them. Oh, they're down visiting grandma down south, but they were actually cross town. But I think it's a very good idea, since we have a high mortality rate here in the United States. Anyway, the most developed country has the highest infant mortality rate.
Right.
And one thing I noticed about, and I know everybody else has noticed too, when you go to the doctor or whatever, everything seems to be on the schedule. Everything is rushed. they have X amount of time to go in. You tell them what's going on and whatever, and then they want you out the door. And it's pretty much they want when you have companies running these things, everything is about how many bodies you can actually get and move through. Right. So I remember my daughter had her baby, and I just thought it was strange that they scheduled it, the delivery. You're gonna have it on, you'll have the baby on such and such because they induce labor. Right. It's like, don't people naturally go into labor anymore? Where do you have to go? You know? And I always thought that was strange. So everything has that factory mentality with them. Everything's on the time schedule, and you need to be with your own kind. I'm sorry, they just don't understand. A white man knows nothing about a black woman, or black people in general. Right. She may not show pain the same way. Her threshold of pain may be higher, or discomfort. But with everything that has gone on, and it is definitely proven all the bias and the issues that we have is in our medical field. Also, the less we have contact with them, the better off that we are as a people, and especially our mothers and and the babies also. So definitely, they have midwives, doulas, whatever they want to call them. It's more of a community thing. It seems more relaxed from what articles I've seen and clips and things like that over the years. It just seems more relaxing and more holistic.
Yeah, definitely.
They're quick to pump you up, and then you can have alternative, water births, things like that. Now I ain't getting no tub with all that stuff.
Or kiddie pool with all that shit there.
You know what? I've seen shit hit the table and them nurses snatch that shit up so fast that shit hit the water and that pop up and say, "Oh my God, is that the baby?" No, but we not doing that. All right.
No way.
We are definitely not doing that. And like I said, by us being the most developed country and has the largest mortality rate, it makes you wonder: is it on purpose?
Yeah.
So
that part.
I'm not going to put my most prized possessions in the hands of the enemy.
Right. Very true. Good point.
Oh, don't let me get all philosophical on your ass.
No, you fine. All right. And in other news, the Smithsonian has last week, the Institute had adopted a new policy that now allows its museum to return items that were looted. The Smithsonian has started the process of re-examining their unethical items from last year and addressing them in a statement, basically saying that the Smithsonian curators and collection specialists have considered whether or not the Smithsonian should develop a formal policy that would allow the share or stewardship arrangements of items that they have collected throughout the years that basically had to deal with people who are not white. I mean, pretty much in a nutshell.
Thank you, Wakanda. Thank you, Black Panther.
Thank you. Right. Give me my shit.
Look, don't give nobody no ideas. They'll be running to DC.
Right.
Snatching shit out the
shit out. That belongs to me. But yeah, pretty much that is really what's going on here. They have felt the need to say, hey, maybe we should give a lot of this stuff back. I mean,
they should have because it was stolen.
Right. Hello.
And people just understand, they have warehouses of stolen artifacts.
Right.
We're talking about people's human remains. It made a lot of sense, right? People's human remains. Yeah. Human remains. Stolen artifacts, religious artifacts.
Yes, sir.
And this stuff isn't on display. This is just warehoused.
Nope. It really is.
So they're supposed to start with Nigeria first. They have a lot of artifacts from Nigeria, and they're going to start with them first to return.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Quick question, quick thing. Patty Duke, you're absolutely right. I never even thought about them performing DNA tests on the aborted fetuses once they overturn Roe v. versus Wade. That's why we come here to toss these ideas around.
Okay.
Because I would not have thought about that maybe 2 or 3 weeks later.
Very true. Very, very true.
Yeah, because I don't think that they. It all depends on how they dispose of, the remains.
Right.
Whether or not and who knows.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised. That type of thing.
All right. In other news, gather your traveling shoes because you're gonna have to go to Canada or Mexico.
You get a ticket, and you get a ticket, and you get a ticket.
We all turn to Oprah. So since the U.S. Supreme Court may be on the verge of turning Roe v. Wade, the borders of Canada and Mexico are preparing to allow people to come across their borders to have abortions.
Or you get a BBL.
Yep, right.
And that's exactly what it's going to be.
You can have an abortion and get yourself a new body all in one. You get a 2-for-1 sale.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Why not? They do it just like that when they go over and everybody gets new teeth.
Yeah,
because they actually have already had the facility set up.
That's
because
it.
they rent these, they have these houses with these nurses that are there taking care of the people. Why can't you go over, go over and make a weekend of it?
Yeah, that's it.
But it's that's just ridiculous.
It really is. It really is.
That's why they need that. That's why they need that security.
Yeah, but I'm still stuck on the fact that how you think as a man you have the authority to tell a woman what to do with their body. Like that doesn't even
you know what?
Sense to me.
Be singing that Missy song, "Pussy Don't Fail Me Now" because his shit is closed. His shit is closed.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
and look at who's making the decision. Old ass white men. Have no doubt about it. And these white women don't think. That
they don't care nothing about it. They for the shits. They for the shits until they get exposed, and then it's all like, oh no, we fighting for our rights too. But they for it. They're doing the whole shit. That's what I think it's stupid that they publicly, when you pressure them, they will stand there, women, and wear the pussycat hats, but privately, where it matters, they are along for the ride because, of course, they know it benefits them in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Patty Duke. I mean, you can afford to travel and stay a couple of days. Yes, you can. The only ones who will be able to afford it, are the more wealthier people. Right. Your average day person, that's going to, especially with gas prices and everything shooting through the roof as it is, who can afford to undertake, and plus you have a time limit.
Yeah, that's it. And you better hurry up too. And speaking of can't afford it, who else but the Fed? All right, so in recent news, the Fed's interest rate hikes will hurt who else but Black consumers. The Federal Reserve has steepened its interest rate hikes within 2 decades, poised to hit Black consumers the hardest. A 0.5% hike will empty the wallets from the highest interest on credit cards, business cards, and personal loans, mortgage for everyone. So, in other words, everything's about to get sky high, and I don't mean it's 420. I mean sky high like, bitch, you better have my money or you gonna have a place to stay.
Bitch, I ain't got no money. That's why you ain't getting any.
Yeah. This is, I mean, granted, we are normally always hit the hardest. But on the flip side of that, we are the ones that usually are able to withstand.
Yeah, we're always fine. We watch everybody else jump out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll watch, the people jump out the windows and end their lives and go crazy. But we just kind of seem to kind of
let me ask now. Anybody got anything you want to sell on that food stamp card?
Right.
Motherfucker always looking.
Right.
That's right. Pay cash. That's right. Pay cash.
That's it. Yeah.
And if it's if it's something that you want, if it's a need, go ahead and get it. But if it's just a want, you don't necessarily need it.
Right. Not right now. Definitely not right now.
You don't need no new phone. Better hold on to that.
That's it.
Hold be a damn brick.
You better hold on to that 10 or 11 or 12 for a while.
That's right.
13. What you need that 13?
You talk about G4. Because see, they never realize that. They always talk about all these expensive things. They're talking about, people switching over to electric cars.
Yeah.
Nobody over here can afford no electric car.
Right.
Let's be realistic. Who is your consumer base?
Right. Do you see any electric stations in your neighborhood? And I want to
well, I do see it around here. So, but we have that.
Yeah, but if you go like what, two streets.
Oh, but you better not go out that area. Don't let your shit go dead in the hood.
In the hood. That's what I'm saying. Like
them motherfuckers are rigging up. It'll be hooked to the light post with the other illegal electricity hookups.
Right. You said that street light sure is low, bitch. They using it. The car.
Because down here the zoo has 6. Yeah, because they just put some new ones in last year in the very beginning, in the very entrance of the zoo, and then they have some other ones. The other ones I wouldn't fuck with because they're like in secluded areas. You've been got robbed or fucked back there because it's just so it's. And they don't have any cameras behind the conservatory. But you go out of those areas, you can hang that shit up. Hello?
Sorry. My bad. What I was saying was the Brooklyn Center police police officer grabbed the phone of Dante Wright's mother as she recorded a traffic stop. This is a picture of Dante Wright's mother. Dante Wright, who those of you who may not know, was the 20-year-old who was shot by a Brooklyn Center police officer by the name of, what was that white lady name? The white woman that shot that little boy.
Oh, we'll just call her Karen for
right. Right.
The police officer.
Remember a time, the white woman that was crying on the stand after she shot, the boy and was kind of like, oh, I'm gonna lose my job. I'm going to prison. I was more concerned about her damn livelihood than that she just shot an unarmed young man, basically for no reason. But his mother was driving by and saw police officers, basically a bunch of them had pulled over a car. So she felt, as what happened to her son, that she needed to take a stand and record. So she just stood on the other side of the freeway. And this one part that makes it kind of crazy is that, in other words, the traffic stop was northbound. She was going southbound and stopped and got out of her car to record on the other side of the freeway. And this officer took it upon himself to come across the freeway and the median barrier to make his way over to her to basically ask her what she was doing and then remove her phone from her hands. And the only reason why this is in the news is because the police cam footage basically recorded, and her own footage recorded the scuffle of them removing the phone from her hands. Now, at the same time, this whole nice, nasty bullshit is what concerns me, is because the police chief basically on one hand said he understood Miss Wright's plea and she had every right to do that, but at the same time then said the police officer did nothing wrong and police officers should feel like they are doing their job when they are doing all of these things amongst these conditions of high crime and all this other kind of bullshit blanketed shit to say, oh, you got all these criminals running while we need police to do this. But if he stopped a car on the other side of the freeway, what the fuck is he doing crossing the fucking freeway, worried about some woman recording them and what they're doing if they weren't doing anything illegal but doing a regular traffic stop? I was confused about that whole thing. Like, well, he had no need to come across the damn freeway. And had he got hit by a fucking car, then what?
She'd have caught that too.
So I really just didn't. I didn't get it.
But I like the fact that she verbalized actually why she was there.
Yeah.
From the heart, because you police officers killed my son. So I'm making sure that you don't do this to these people over here. And I'm glad. And that was on his body cam.
That was on his body cam. Yes. All right.
Hey, Bap.
Hey, everybody.
Not plural anymore, huh?
Yes. Hey, everybody. I'm not ignoring people. I know that, a lot of stuff is going on, so people are running around. But if you happen to drop in, thank you so much. Hit the like button. We're just running through because there's a lot of stories before, we get to other stuff. So here we go with this particular nut bale of a story. Which I'm not surprised, and we ain't gonna spend that much time on it. But a man accused of killing his wife wins the GOP primary from jail. Okay, an Indiana man who was accused of killing his cancer-stricken wife as she was seeking a divorce has won a GOP primary this week from jail and will be on the ballot come November. Yeah, you can read all about that sycophant, when you get some time. But yeah, I just think that's crazy. Now, as far as how he killed her or what he's being accused of, I don't know. Part of me thinks it's like that Kevorkian type shit. Like maybe she wanted to go and he was just like, oh, I hope he helped her. But if she was seeking a divorce, I don't see how that's possible. But I think that's the story he's trying to go with, that he kind of helped her push her along in the gates of St. Peter. And yeah, that's his story. And that's what he's sticking to it. And that's what helped him win the primary. But again, I'm not, a bit shocked anyway, because GOP, as long as, other Democrats as well, but, they all criminals. So, I mean.
And I've dropped the link to that story also.
I'm not surprised with that one. Black doctors. Where's my picture here? I know it's here somewhere. I think. Okay, maybe not. That's fine. We'll just work our way through it. All right. So black doctors have faced discrimination by race. Dr. Dear. I had it earlier. We'll just go with it. He's got an African.
Oh, he's got an African name. Is D whatever?
Junwe.
Dr. Wakanda. We'll just call him Dr. Wakanda.
Yeah, well,
was hired as he was hired as a neurosurgeon.
Yeah, he was hired as a neurosurgeon in an Atlanta-based hospital where he grew up, and said that he had faced racial discrimination ultimately, which led him to being fired and actually, kind of curving out a way for himself. And basically talks about how a lot of black doctors across the country are commonly experiencing discrimination ranking from the microaggression in their careers, threatening disciplinary action, biases, whether they're conscious or unconscious bias, and other things throughout their time in in the medical field. Again, I'm not surprised. I mean, the only thing I thought about when I read this was, okay, your parents are African. They kind of instilled in you, like, we worked this hard for you to get this kind of American dream. And when he got there and thought that people were just going to be like, hey, high five, you made it, good for you.
Run.
Right. They treated you like shit. And then you're like, oh, everybody gets treated like this. And the rest of the black doctors who kind of, was
unfortunately he came here and has a case of the niggers.
Yeah.
Reality check.
Right. Yeah. That's just what I thought. Like you got the reality check that no, this ain't no, oh, y'all just lazy, y'all don't want to work, y'all this, y'all that. It's a no, this is how it is. Like, you ain't, what you think, you better than them? Oh, I'm sorry. Newsflash for your ass. Yeah, so good story. Check it out. I thought I pulled this one in the thing too, but I think I did. Where's that picture at? Nope, that's not there either. So anyway, drastic drop in life expectancy for Black Chicagoans, which exposed the inequalities in healthcare. Basically, since COVID-19, new data has been released from the Chicago Department of Public Health that shows a significant drop in life expectancy for Black and brown Chicagoans, exposing the impact of COVID-19 and the inequalities in healthcare. I mean, we've been talking about this for months, weeks, years. But yeah, basically that Black Chicagoans' life expectancy had fell below 70 years old. So, I mean,
that blew me away.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a two-edged thing for me with this. It's like, one, they put this out for the argument to be, well, they're shooting each other every weekend. There's a shooting every weekend, so of course it was.
That's the first thing I thought. Was that included also?
Right. That was my first thought. But then two, it's that other bad bullshit with healthcare and how doctors treat Black and brown people, and how there's not the same, even if there is an illness or an early onset of illness, there is not that same attention to attack the illness like a cancer that it is with white people. There's that sense of, oh, we'll just watch it and see what happens. Kind of,
and they'll send you on your way.
And they'll just send you on your way, maybe give you some medicine, but basically send you on your way to see what it does. No, get rid of the shit, period. But you won't do that. You'll let people say, kind of till it gets too bad, and then you want to do treatment when it's really, at that point, what's the point of doing the treatment but to rack in the money? Because there's nothing the treatment can do with it, because you waited to see what it does, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. But definitely another story to definitely check out and look into, not only just because it talked about Chicagoans, but us in general. Chicago, nothing.
It's not just going on with them.
Right, Chicago's another New York, LA, Atlanta. You can go on and on and on and on and on about those things. But yep. So that was that. And then, of course, the good old Black church. The Black churches have urged to fight anti-LGBT state laws. Well, I'll wait for that to happen.
Do we actually believe that?
Right. Black religious leaders and advocates are urging church members to signal support for the LGBT community as the anti-LGBT legislation rises throughout the United States. Yeah, you go ahead and wait for it. You'll probably die waiting, or don't hold your breath, because you will die waiting for that to happen. Because no thanks. It ain't not at all. Real quick, in other news, Stacey Abrams has shifted gears towards her fundraising and has put her attention on abortion rights and fighting for abortion right groups. For those of you who may not know, who've been living under a rock for some odd years, Stacey Abrams was first kind of brought to light as she ran the gubernatorial race for Atlanta, for Georgia, rather. And, she became kind of known throughout Atlanta and the other kind of surrounding cities. And she's, back in the running. She's thinking about running for the Democratic gubernatorial race in Georgia once again, as Brian Kemp, who is the current governor, seat is up for re-election this come November. And she has not only taken her fight to voting rights, which she has been a champion for many years, she's now pushed it towards abortion rights, which, of course, at this time, with the leak of the Supreme Court's decision to kind of do with Roe v. Wade, which is not just that, it is the stepping stone for them, I believe, personally, to get rid of a lot of things like the Voting Rights Act, period, and other things before they might lose majority and won't be able to do those things. So, yeah.
Yeah, and another impact because we know they're gonna overturn this shit.
Yeah.
When they overturn it, it knocks out a group for a short period of doing the childbearing, childbearing people.
Yeah.
Which is all inclusive. It knocks out them from the workforce, because if you're taking care of children, how many jobs, jobs don't give you parental leave like that.
Nope.
So it takes a certain segment out of the running as far as work goes. And women have been dominating it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And it opens up some jobs for for their people.
Right.
For the white males, put it like that, because everything is geared towards the white males to be on top.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be? All right. So in other news, this one is real important for those of you who are, taxers who pay your taxes or have TurboTax or any other those other tax companies paying your tax. It's time to get your money because TurboTax has to pay customers $141 million for allegedly steering them away from free services. So basically, what TurboTax and other companies like it, instead of when you was filing your regular government tax or your state tax, which were usually free for you to file, the only thing you really had to pay for was any itemized filing, which is like, gas receipts or things if you were a YouTube creator, likes and all that other kind of stuff that you had to really kind of keep your receipts for. But your basic taxes were free to file. They were charging folks for them. Like they'd say it was free and then you had to pay, $39, $49 for them to process. Oh no, the New York State Attorney General got on that ass and they got to pay like 50 states $141 million. So please check in with your state to see how much you could be getting back from TurboTax. So if you didn't get nothing back, you might be getting a little something, a little $20, $30 to put in your gas tank.
But you know how they were doing it? They were tacking it on when they do that like rapid refund.
Yeah.
They were hitting you with that. Hitting you with that.
Right.
They run you with coins. You write literally your coins. But they're your coins.
Right. But not even if you was doing the instant tax refund. Sometimes if you were just doing a regular, they'd be like, it's free. And then you get to a point where it's like, okay, we're finalizing. All right, in order to do it, we need this. And it's like, well, okay, people just like, okay, I'm done. I just want to be done with it. And it's like, no, they got you. They got you, bitch. So, yeah, definitely get your money. Get your money. And on top of of course, I know we talked about earlier with sometime last week or week before, with the say no or don't say gay bill, which Florida, great old Governor DeSantis out of Florida, has been promoting. Ohio has now promoted the Don't Say Gay bill along with the Don't Say Race bill, because we don't want white people to feel guilty about the bullshit that they have done and continue to do to us. So, yeah, not only can you not say gay, but you won't be able to say race pretty much soon anyway. And everything would just be by the wayside. And, yeah, pretty much we'd be finding ourselves back in the same predicament we were back in years, because they don't want to feel guilty about the stuff that they've done in their history books. I don't understand. I'm confused. I'm really confused.
No, they don't want you to know the history. All this shit is a reckoning. Everything is coming out. I've never seen so much information flow as easy. That's why I'm so glad that somebody leaked that shit from out of the court.
Yeah,
and they need to continue to do so.
Yeah,
they're patriots.
Right.
You know?
That's right. That's a patriot for your ass. This one I wasn't that more surprised about. Experts say that Black voters are targeted by misinformation campaigns. Not a surprise here. You've been targeted. That's why that's the
same thing. That's just a reminder.
Yeah, that's why you always hear the same things that you always hear. Because know that you are a target to fill your head with the BS. And granted, they both have BS on both sides. I'm not catering to one towards the other, but there is a serious attack on making sure we vote one way and not the other. So do know that and keep that in mind at all times. I think coming up on some last bit of news, these beautiful beans of mayonnaise.
And you can't get any brighter than that.
Beautiful spectrums of folks. Now, this beautiful couple, the former Alabama correction officer, Vicky White. Vicky, poor Vicky. Well, Vicky White was a correction officer, and her busting, beautiful love was an inmate of the correction facility, and they had escaped early Monday. You mean she was able to tuck him away, and they was able to escape, and they ran, and they was driving, and the police was chasing them, straight troopers and everything, and they wound up crashing, and they took him into custody and everything. You mean nobody got shot? Nobody had 15 bullets in their heads and bodies? Nobody had a rain of bullets and a fury of tank fire? Really? I mean, y'all let these white honkies drive through the state, and the only reason why they wind up stopping or having the incident is because they got into a crash with the high-speed chase? Okay. They wind up both making it at least through the chase, but recently, as of today, her busty convict of a boyfriend, whatever his name was, he died today. So he's now dead, and she has to face with the consequences of not only, breaking him out of jail, but now she's going to be in jail for the rest of her life. Well, most of it. I
tell you that prison peen. I'm sorry, I broke my own rule. That prison dick. That's what that was.
I mean, I don't know. She said reports say that she was hospitalized for self-inflicted gunshot wound that she did herself. I was wondering if she may have tried to kill herself.
I thought she had died.
No.
Oh, it was him?
Yeah, he died. That a gunshot.
I guess they weren't going to serve any time anyway.
I mean, I was just I don't know if she was just she wasn't going to do it and it didn't work out. I don't know. But that
ladies, would prison peen make you do all that? My bestie married some Muslim from jail. And I asked her, I was like, girl, what the fuck were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
In some definitely very, very encouraging and uplifting news for the last bit, this young Texas teen has made history as the youngest Black law student to graduate in America. Hyla Taylor, 19, has graduated from high school and started attending college at the age of 13. She is now 19, and she has set to become the youngest law school graduate in Southern Methodist University, the youngest Black woman to graduate from the law school in the nation. Talk about Black girl magic.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Talk about Black girl magic.
Give us some applause. Give us some applause.
Right. I know I gotta find it. Hold on. Right.
We'll do the manual way.
Right.
Very good.
He definitely deserves it. Like, awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And that's news we like to hear.
And right. That's the news we can use, like to hear, grow from, encourage, and stay encouraged. And it doesn't matter that, she happens to be 19. You could be 49. You could be 59. Like,
that's right.
Do not, give up on whatever dreams or hopes that you have for yourself. There's always time to do them. The only time you don't have is time to waste. So get on it if that's what you want to do. But shout out to not only that young woman, but her family for encouraging her, because, it does take a family. It does take a village. It's not just her by herself. So definitely shout out to them. And in that, if I forgot anything, charge it to my mind, not my heart. And let's get into the part of the show that we all know. But before then, just in case, we was like, where can we reach you? Where can we do this? You can check this out. I'm back. Sorry. And I'm back, guys. Hi. Hello.
Oh Lord, thank God it was no cameras left. What the fuck is going on?
I was doing that on purpose.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was doing that on purpose. Some of these other folks. All right.
Hey, who said that? Who said that? Who had been saying that? Who said that?
A lot has been said. Oh boy. First, once again, thank you. Hi, everyone. Hello all. Please, if I didn't mention you, thank you so much for joining another episode of Politics and Wellness. Here is the portion of the show where we get into a lot of YouTube stuff, other stuff, media things and everything going around, entertainment, movies, all that good stuff. Okay, so YouTube. A lot of blood everywhere. In the words of Dobie, it's blood everywhere, blood. How do I feel about all of it? Not a fan of any of it. I'll say that. I don't think doxing is cool. I don't think doxing is funny. I don't think doxing, has any place to be with just cracking jokes on people and things you see from when you see things visually. But I will say that karma or the hypocrisy of people when they can laugh at one thing of the same caliber, just different situation, but then be appalled or, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened, when something similar but different, in a sense, happens to another. I think total BS. You could save it. Granted, I'm not a promoter of Rico because he is grown, but at the same time, as people would talk about and make tons of coins off of whatever was being promoted by him, and then turn around and call caseworkers and do whatever they could to kind of get him put out. I don't see what the difference is. Granted, there's nothing to support or kind of be gleeful about, but where the hell is the difference? I'm not. I don't get it. I really don't. And as grown people, as people who should be supporting and uplifting and encouraging, whether it's public or privately, I'm at a loss. I really am at a loss. Just at a loss to be like, this is always some shit, and nobody's gonna stop until somebody actually loses it and flips the script. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. Because these people go after people's livelihood, but it's only like certain people's livelihood that they go after. You're not supposed to care about. You're only supposed to care about the other people's livelihoods. No, everybody's livelihood matters. It wouldn't matter if the person's on public assistance or they're making their own assistance. It doesn't matter. Why would you need to go? Why would you need to do that to that person? What makes that person any, what they have any greater or less than you that you feel like that is what you need to attack? I just think like, it's like, make better choices. Like, just because karma is real. Like, all that's real. Like, you laugh in 1 minute and it's ha joke, but what if the joke's on you? And that goes with anything. You making fun of somebody's medical condition. Okay. You could go to sleep tonight and wake up and have a stroke. And then what? Then you the butt of the joke. It's a lot. It's a lot that's really just, people, oh, that's all right. Everybody just make a coin of me for the moment. I'll be all right. Da-da-da-da. That's bull. That's bull. Because if you really felt that way, you wouldn't have ran to take your shit down. Just like, be real. Be real about how it's affecting you and be real about it all. Just don't, try to put up the fake because it's obvious that it affects you. We all see it. Nobody's going to, it is what it is. Because if it didn't affect you or wouldn't affect your livelihood, you wouldn't have took it down. So obviously it's affecting. But the premise of that is you should have thought about that before you did it. Because you did it, because a lot of this has to do with like, I want to be in the in crowd, or I don't want to be the one talked about. I'll do the talking, but I don't want to be the one talked about. So whomever is doing the loudest barking, I'm going to join that group and we just going to be barking at this one person together. But what happens when people get enough of you seeing you barking or y'all barking at the one person, and then they go, okay, now what you gonna do? It's just it's really weird to me. The whole thing is just I don't like it. I think it's pretty distasteful on both sides. Whomever did it. My thing is, you better check around the people in your own garden before you go search around, because anybody could have done it. I just find it to be a bit much. I don't know. I just find it to be a bit much. I really, really, really do. And it's funny that, and I've noticed a lot of people do this. They go on other people's platforms and talk the most cash shit about people or to people, but that they won't do on their own platforms, as if that makes it a difference. It don't make it a bit of difference, because the reality is, when you're up there, you represent your same platform. So it doesn't matter, because all somebody's going to do is screen record you saying whatever you were saying on whomsoever platform you were saying it.
Oh, yeah, them fingers are fast now. God damn. You put it like this. You mess up, and 15 seconds later, you post it somewhere else.
That's it. So it doesn't make any sense to me how you think, oh, I can go over here because it's not my platform and say all this kind of stuff. And one thing that I swear to goodness that I wish people would stop doing, stop utilizing or kind of thinking you're demeaning people by calling them gay and lesbian who happen to be straight. But then the minute they throw that F-bomb at you, it's, they homophobic. They're homophobic. The hell, you cannot use that if you sitting around calling somebody who you know, or who they have stated that they are heterosexual or cisgendered or whatever kind of terminology medical we want to use, and then you jump around and call them other just to get them fired up. But the minute they call you the F word, you screaming bloody murder. That's ridiculous. And to do that, again, on somebody else's platform, totally distasteful on that woman's platform, who don't even participate. I mean, we all here for the mess, watching it or, taking notes, all that kind of stuff. But she don't participate in it like that. So for you to take that there and to continue that like it was funny and it was cute, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't at all. Using somebody else's jokes or somebody else's kind of sting, come up with your own. In the words of Amon Wiggins, be original, bitch. Be original. Because that wasn't original. It was already said. It was already tired. It was already done. You couldn't even be original and say something other than that. No, you had to say that. Come on. But then first one, screaming bloody murder as soon as somebody say the F word. Oh my God. Oh, we are same gender loving people. We not the F word. Don't say the F word. How could, come on, we cannot have double standards for shit when you gonna sit there and call somebody who you clearly know who stated that they're not, that they are. Why would you do that? You could have talked about the woman's hair not being done sometimes, and no offense, I watch you, and but sometimes, your hair be looking rough. You talked about a whole bunch of other stuff, but then to talk about that and to keep going, and then you thought you was really smelling yourself because you start cussing and bitching hard, this and that. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. But now here we are. Here we are. And who's supposed to feel what? And I'm just being, I'm just watching. just kind of like, okay, I don't feel no type of way. I don't feel good and I don't feel bad because I feel like just like the other situation that people felt like he was talking about me. He was addressing me and talking about my mother's parenting skills. Bitch, no, I wasn't. I was just saying, basically, I don't agree with none of it. And there's no reason why it should be done. You don't need to be doing that. And somebody, I know before when Peace and Not So Much Lovely, we had that little situation. Somebody's put in the comments, oh, I thought you don't go back and forth with women. I don't. I said what I have to say, but I'm not going to keep going. What's the point? That's pointless. And it's just like anything. Realize at the end of the day, whether you gay, straight, or in between, if you're a man, you're a man. There's a level in which you stop. You just like, all right, cool. You said what you had to say. Cool. Leave it. Like you just keep pulling that and pulling that and pulling that. Because why? Because you know that makes the person feel some type of way. Because it does. It makes a lot of women feel some type of way. Whether they say that they have experimented or whatever, it makes people feel some type of way. To be put in a place, in a box that they feel that it's not beholden to who they are. You feel the same way. You don't like people calling you what they call you. So it's the same thing. I'm confused. Again, somebody help me. Because I just think like it's stupid. It's childish. And to have so many, and I've said it again and I've said it before, to have so many, there's no way. You don't exude it. You don't exude it. I'm not coming for you at all. And another thing, another person likes to put in my comments, you just don't like them. That's not it. That is not it at all. I expect everyone at some point, at some level, to have a different, it's like time to level up. That there should be some level of where you may even look down here, but if you're up there, you're up there. Why do you need to come down here to do what? It just makes you look, it don't make you look good. It don't make you look good. It just makes you look just like what you're trying to do. You're trying to appease people so they don't look at you like, oh, he think he better. But if you better, you better. If you're not, you're not. And that's just it. Whether you try to fake it or not, it eventually shows. And right now it's showing and it don't look good. It just don't. It don't look good at all. And no, nobody's amping me up or nobody's, he's making you say that. No, nobody's making me say anything. At the end of the day, this is CCNTV's channel. So that's for the people in the back. You know who you are. I love you dearly, but that's all I have to say about that. I'm not saying nothing else. I'm done with that. I just think at the end of the day, it was ridiculous. It was uncalled for. And to have it on V. Lenore's channel to go back and forth like that was unbecoming. For all that, you could have taken yourself and gone on your own channel like you normally do and did all that. But you wasn't going to do that. And I know the thought was, it did it to get her views, her numbers up so she can get to her numbers. She's going to get there. She's had awesome interviews with very famous people. She don't need your help. Who? V. Lenore does not need your help. I just thought that was just unbecoming on so many levels. Just really bad on so many levels. So many levels. But that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Anything you want to say? Probably not. Nope. All right. So
it's safer that way. Huh? I said it's safer that way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
No, like I say all the time, whenever we have these incidents, boundaries.
Yeah, I mean,
why are you?
That's it.
But I understand why people sit and wait and bide their time.
But take it to your thing. That's what you have it for. Take it to your platform and do that. Don't come to somebody else's house and think, excuse me, that this is my moment to act a fool. You know what I'm saying? And then, because she said something, I'm going to keep picking and keep going with the same thing over and over and over, calling somebody lesbian, calling somebody lesbian. That's just like somebody calling you the F word, constantly calling you the F word.
Yeah, but you have enemies out here, and they are sitting and waiting. And just like the crocodile, you ever see crocodile clamp down on that ass? You just thinking it's a log floating in the water until that motherfucker chomp and drag your ass in the water, and that's exactly what happened.
That's my hope. Like I get it. You have a person knows they may have enemies out here. Or they may have people gunning for them. Or
they should know with the history, with the history that has gone on over here. Fucking man, motherfuckers waiting. They just waiting for you to trip and fall. And
but you don't have to give them, you don't have to give them what they've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a given gift. Anybody who really watched that,
the gift that keeps on giving.
Who even had or maybe was sitting on information at that point, they was like, okay, because that's just what it seemed like. It seemed like as soon as they were sitting on it, like, oh, okay.
But you know what it is too? If it wasn't because of the type of work that he does, if he was a truck driver, nobody would give a fuck. Well,
that part
nobody would give a fuck. But working in the capacity that he does, you're kind of held to a much higher standard.
Yeah, you are, but then you should know that. Nobody should have to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody.
Well, that's what happens when you become too comfortable. You forget where you are, and that everybody is watching everything that you do.
But nobody should have to tell you that, though.
It's called a slip.
No,
it's a lesson learned. I tell you that much.
That was how many times you need to slip before you realize, okay, bitch, I can't.
No, how many times you slip before they find out what them digits are? That's what that shit is.
I mean,
because your fucking life is an open book. It's an open book nowadays. People, you really had to tighten up on it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think I didn't get it. I don't get it. I just felt like it was not needed. I felt like if that's what you felt, then you could have taken that to your own platform, but you wasn't going to take it to your own platform because you already knew that somebody would be waiting in the wings to go click, 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 and then go, hey, to whatever, and then go.
The way that the way that we flow back and forth, just like the waves, we're all over the place, and there's always somebody that's sitting there waiting.
I don't know.
Just sitting there waiting, and God, I tell you, they clamped down on that ass. Cause fuck up, they didn't have to record a call and everything. These motherfuckers high tech. You work for the CIA or what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, and then at the other end, it's like, yo, there's so much other things you guys could be doing with the talent that you guys have to be pulling out this information. Work for the CIA. Work for the web security. You guys could be utilizing these tools to do greater things than what you're doing. But again, it just brought me back to the same reality that when it's somebody else that you happen to not like or, don't agree with their actions, it is fun and games and stuff to talk about and to go back and forth. You
always have that double standard.
Yeah, and to go back and forth with. But the minute it is the other person is, we going too far? With the pail too far? No, the pail was too far when y'all was sitting up there trying to get that man put in jail for a cat. Had the New York City police at that door, knowing good and well how the state of police are with black men. Come on, y'all. Like, that's taking it too far. Anything could have happened. That could have turned to something that was so simply a write-up, a ticket, or anything to that man being dead.
It could have escalated
Yeah.
A lot further.
That man could have been.
And it only takes a split second.
That's it.
Shit, you go from pumping gas to getting pumped full of lead, you know?
Lead. For what? Because your music's too loud. So that could have turned a whole different way. For what? Because you don't like the way this motherfucker lives his life? So the fuck what? Be thankful is not yours. That's it. Be thankful is not yours. Be thankful you have a roof to sleep in and a bed to sleep in at night that you don't have to be in that predicament. Be thankful for that. But no, you trying to take somebody out of something that you know, however they choose to do it or however they choose to do it. Maybe they'll get it together, maybe they won't. But if you're not willing to help, then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, because as old as you are and as old as a lot of you are that then go back and forth and talk about it, what's the point? It's pointless. It really is pointless. Because the minute it's turned, then all of a sudden, we got to shut shit down and remove shit. Well, you shouldn't have put it up there in the first place. You shouldn't have put it up in the first place. Everybody ain't wrapped that tight. We know, we can see it. Obviously, it's obvious. We see it every day on this shit. A lot of people ain't wrapped too tight. It is what it is. But to constantly do this, and to go after folks, and the minute you're the one going after, it's, I know, it's just a moment. It'll pass like everything else. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Like it's nothing. No, it is something. Because you could lose your livelihood over this. And you could be the next one in somebody's halfway house.
Yeah, how many times have we seen it bleed over?
Come on, like this shit, you know, and so-and-so threatened my life. All this threatening somebody's life and all this other kind of stuff. Yo, threats are real. Threats are real and can be used in a court of law. So please be mindful of the people that you threatened. And trust, if you don't have the cash to back that ass up, just shut the fuck up. Just do that. Do that, because all this gangster talking this shit, because if you see the person, actual person in person, you're not gonna, most of you not gonna, a lot of you won't even bust a grape, let alone bust somebody's head. So please, we've seen it. We've seen it time and time again. You've been sitting there eating your fucking food and get a phone call and you hauled ass because the person said who the fuck might have been on the phone. Get the fuck out of here. You people kill me with your, I'm so tough, which some of you don't even know tough, okay? This shit is tough. Talking to a screen that nobody can look back at you and really check your ass is tough for you guys. Save it. Please save it. You're not about that life. Don't even start to act like you're about that life. If you were about the studious life, then be studious. Crack your little jokes and go about your business. But please don't act like you hardcore. Some people realize that they don't have nothing to lose. They don't have shit to begin with. So
you have a lot of that here. A whole lot of that here.
That they have don't mean nothing. So trust and believe. If you have a little more shit to lose,
they will burn down your shit, their shit, and everybody else's shit in the process.
I'll wait. And don't give a goddamn about it, because at the end of the day, they didn't have shit to begin with.
They didn't have it in the beginning. Absolutely.
So if you do have shit that you don't want to lose, I advise you, tone it down. Tone it down, because it's not that serious. It's really not. What they do don't make you shit. What they eat don't make you shit. And if it do, maybe you need to change your diet. However, it shouldn't matter to you. If people want to fuck up their lives, let them fuck it up. If people want to be old and not do nothing with their life but sew garments and do horrible drag, let them do it. What the fuck that got to do with me? Not a damn thing. Nothing. You need to stop being so concerned about what other people are doing. Mind your fucking business. If all this hasn't told us nothing, is that at any moment, any one of us could be in a box. That's it. And then what? We don't know. Because trust and believe, if you don't have it now, when you leave out of here, you won't have it either.
You sure can't take it with you.
And take what? GoFundMe, Cash Apps, so somebody can light your ass on fire? Do us all a favor. Put the kerosene on your own ass and light yourself up now. Help us all out.
Good evening, everyone coming into the chat.
I just, come on, y'all, like, really, seriously. Grow the fuck up. I mean, I get it. A crack and a joke, a laugh, all that is, I don't have no problem with that. But the shit y'all take it to and then go, but this is the beef sector. This is the beef sector. Nobody tells me how I can beef. Nobody tells me how I can beef. But somebody does tell you how you can beef. If you're employed, what you think the white people losing their jobs was just because of you? Because they thought the same shit you did. Putting that shit on their Facebook pages and in their private chats until somebody found it and took it to their jobs.
Oh, yeah, and you have more jobs. You have more jobs now that are checking your social media background.
They checking everything.
That's almost a standard thing now.
So it's like, be mindful, as my mother would always say. And yeah, I'm putting my mother in it. When you walk out this house, you represent me, whether you want to believe it or not. And it's the same thing for anybody. When you are in these places, you represent who you are. So I don't care that, at the moment you want to think that, oh, these people think that I ain't no fool. I ain't nothing to play with. Okay, but if you were like that in your real life, they would know that you're nothing to play with. See, because over here, I don't care what any of you say. When people come over here, they know it's a different atmosphere because I present myself as such. And it's like that in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah, cool. I have fun. I joke or whatever. But when it's time to be serious, it's time to be serious. When it's time to get it done, it's time to get it done. Come on. Y'all taking this way too far. Kids are on here doing this type of shit that y'all do. Kids. And y'all motherfuckers 40, 50 and quit something. I'm a professional. I got these many degrees. I did.
No, what you have is too much time on your hands. That's what you got.
Do you hear yourselves? When you could be out making money, whether it's Uber, DoorDashing, I don't give a fuck what it is. Money is money. Go make it. But you up on here doing all types of shit is ridiculous. For what? For another white man to get rich off your black ass, or woman to get rich off your black ass. That's really what you're doing, because what you get is peanuts compared to what they actually get for the same content you're doing. You do know that, right? And that goes for all of us. I'm not saying any of us are exempt from that, but just so you know the reality. The shit you do that you think you are making bank off of, somebody's making bank off of the little bank that you're getting. So you be very aware of that every time you feel the need to, I got to build my Walmart. I got to build my CVS. Bitch, they done built 20 off your one. Catch up. All right. So, what's new in the neighborhood?
I don't know, stepping over bodies.
I don't know. it gets draining. It really does get draining. Mind you, like I said, I'm there. I'm here. I'm a lot of places, so I see a lot of it. And sometimes, most of the time, I really just go, "Hey, hi," because I'm respectful like that. So anybody's chat I go into, like I'm going into somebody's house, you speak. You don't just sit there and look stupid.
Yeah.
Because I don't care that you see me in there. That's the purpose. If I'm there, I will speak. Hello, hi. And whether they're talking about something I disagree with or not, I choose to just exit stage left. I don't have to say anything else. But the fact
it's actually
that
called common courtesy.
The hello.
When you enter into a room, you speak.
You speak.
So why should it be any different here?
But they act like, oh, if you there, you participating in whatever they talking about. No, not really, because most of the time I'm busy doing something else, and I see a live, and I just go, oh, what they talking about? Okay, never mind. Click my thumbs up or whatever, and go about my business. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing. As I would always say in the end of my noon broadcast, which somebody nicely starts using, and I won't name no names, Sir King, but be the change that you want to see. That's it. And you cool, Sir King, but you did. Be the change you want to see, meaning plain and simple. Just be it. Nobody said this is the beefing sector. Who said that? Who said that? Because the people that were beefing aren't even here. The real beefers that was doing videos after video back to back because somebody said something, they ain't even here. They have elevated, which should tell a lot of you older motherfuckers who still doing this dumb shit something that you're not doing right. It's called elevation.
I want to shout out Avatar Nation for opening their borders and accepting a refugee.
I'm not even going
to. I commend you for opening your arms.
Oh my God, you made me choke. So yeah, I just it's not, and I know right now, of course, I'm sounding preachy, and it is what it is. But a lot of times, I really just sit back and I just watch a lot of it, and some of it is really just like, what? How y'all getting mad because it is, but nobody was mad because of that? Because you don't like them.
That's because of who it was.
Yeah, but it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter because the minute if it was a SALT team doing it, most of these motherfuckers be up in arms. Like, oh, yeah, that's a white person. Yeah, a white person. How you gonna let this cracker? But you do it to your own. And for what? You don't like them, don't watch. But you watch. I mean, it's just that plain and simple. He's not making you any more money than anybody else you would drag on here would make you. And that goes for any one of these motherfuckers. They're not making you any more money than anybody else that you would want to talk about would make you. So at the end of the day, you're choosing to talk about these people. You're making that choice to talk about these people. And know that. So don't walk around here acting like, oh no, they just, I'm just because they posted it. No, but you're choosing to watch and you're choosing to talk about it. So when the opposite happens to somebody that you happen to care about, have that same energy. Just have the same energy. Treat everybody equal. If we're gonna go on this journey or this path, then everybody should get equal treatment. Then there shouldn't be no, oh, no, this is off limits. Oh, I'm not going to talk about that. No, it's out here. You put it out here, right? If you're going to say that person put it out there, everybody put it out there, then it's out there. What the hell is the difference? And one other thing. I don't give a goddamn if this woman has people swimming with catfish. If you're not going or spending your money? Why the fuck do you care? Y'all so pressed on something that hasn't even happened, that we don't even know if it's gonna happen. What is the point of talking about it? I am so sick and
you would have thought that it was going on next week.
Oh my God.
The only thing I was concerned about is why is she putting peppermints in the poom-poom? Peppermints in the poom-poom. No.
I am so sick.
Gives a new meaning to minty fresh.
I am so sick and tired of hearing about this woman's trip, her meet and greet, whatever it is. Listen, stop talking about it and just do it.
We have a Jamaican fish. Now we're swimming with dolphins.
What a Jamaican fish? Please explain that to me. What the fuck is a Jamaican fish? I have no idea.
Goddamn, we must be some real boring ass motherfuckers out here this weekend until the bloodshed started.
Yeah,
you worried about somebody about going to an Airbnb. This shit too goddamn expensive. You still got home aroma still roaming around in here.
And then you talking about 4 and 5 people sleeping into a room. Why are we even talking about an Airbnb if she's talking about shacking people up that don't even know each other? That means that the finances are just not there. It's called kind of like process of elimination. Just let it be. And if she decides to do it and it works out well, great. More power to her. And leave it alone. Like, why does everything have to be a gate? Why does everything have to be like something talked about or something like a negative spin on it? If the woman does whatever she does, that's her business for her people. What the fuck does it matter? And then people talking about, well, my event was better. My event was better. Well, okay.
I think she should have just shot for Chuck E. Cheese's and called it square.
Hey, I'm gonna be at so and so at this time. If you can make it, you can make it. You can meet me. I mean, first of all, just like know your limitations.
Bring your own toilet paper. Well, you know why they said bring your own toilet paper? Because everybody done hoarded up on this shit every time you turn around for being locked in for 2 years.
But I mean, we sitting there talking about like the minutes. Somebody said bring their own toilet paper. Like, granted,
I mean, it gave me a laugh. It really did give me a laugh. But then just to see how far
people were going with it. That's my point. It kept growing and growing and growing. And then these people, and then these people, and then these people. It's like, yo, what the fuck are we talking about? She hasn't even done shit yet. Ain't nobody collected a dime. And if they did,
everybody was so excited. That's what it was. It was so excited. Some actual dumb shit was.
You don't even know if the shit's going to be shut down within a couple of days. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, really, and going back and forth and having all these panels about this one and that one. As soon as this one says something, then it was, don't trust.
I know. That part got me. We actually had panels sitting up here discussing.
Talking about.
I was like, boy, this is a sad.
It is
a sad state
that
like we're in.
It's like if you're not concerned about her event and she's her own content creator, bitch, have your own. Why are you so concerned about somebody else's event? Why do you care? If you're a content creator yourself, you're so focused on another content creator's shit. Why? Make it make sense. It don't. You can't. But they're delusional, and they swear out that they, no, because my event, well, in my event, we had black businesses, and we had caviar and champagne dreams.
It's a fucking fantasy. That's all this shit is, a fantasy.
But yet,
a fantasy.
When you ask the people, they really just honestly say, oh, it was nice. And nobody really it was what it was. I got to meet people and it was nice. Cool. That's it. That's all you really get. You don't have no event planner. You don't have, no huge there's no PR person. There's none of this shit. So
you was getting paper plates.
That's it. Styrofoam dreams. Cheers, bitch.
And
cheers.
red cups.
And red cups from the dollar store.
Because ain't nobody got that kind of fucking money like that.
No, but I mean, like, okay, we're all grown. Real events cost money. So when you go to them, you're spending $600, $500, $300. You're spending hundreds of dollars, and in that, all that includes a whole lot of shit. Right? It does. Food, travel, pictures with whomever, whole bunch of inclusive shit. Right. Anything less than is a meet and greet, a simple meet and greet. Yeah. I happen to be here. I'm going to be here doing this for a few hours. If you want to come
and I'm going to be at the mall because I need to have people all around me.
I'm going to be down in DC at the Black Museum. Anybody want to come? I'll be here on such and such a date. Come visit me and say hi. Don't take no pictures with me in the corner. Just come up to me and say hi like a human being. Say hello. That's a meet and greet. That's a meet and greet. I'm not paying for nothing out of pocket, nobody, nothing. And even if I'm getting sponsored, that's still a meet and greet. That's still a meet and greet. You want to know why it's a meet and greet? Because in my sponsorship, what am I doing? Giving business to people who happen to be either far away or close in the area that wants to come see me, that will then promote or order or buy from your business that happens to be sponsoring my event, right? Because that's the whole premise of a sponsor, right? So if they live far away, how the fuck are they gonna order?
Yeah, Golden Corral
ribs? Are they ordering baby back ribs from Texas? In New York City? I mean, realistically. Oh, let me call the Rib Shack down there in Houston to get them good old ribs that I had, or that turkey wing, or that turkey leg. Get the fuck out of here. Who's doing that shit?
Get some of that church's chicken. What you talking about?
And call it a fucking day. And maybe the next time you visit, you may say, oh, you know what? That was a really nice eatery place that I ate at when I went to go see so-and-so in Houston or in LA that I will go visit again. That's what it's for. Not for no like, oh, I did this big thing and we did it. Come on. Again, reality compared to what you wish it was like. Reality was Old Country Buffet, which is New York people would realize that, or Golden Corral, or you know what I'm saying? Like you just sat at a table and kind of, fellowshipped and had a good time. Nothing wrong with that. But the reality is that's what the fuck it was. And then you went out.
Hand sanitizer.
That's right. And then you went out.
Because you don't know where your hands have been or theirs.
And then you went out and did other shit. And that's fine too. Because then you were able to really like do other stuff and kind of let your hair down and really like participate and get to know people. And that's all fine. That is all fine. But please, let's stop acting like one event was this grand old shit and the next person who plans to do something, it's going to be shit. My suggestion is shut the fuck up about your fucking event and just plan it. And whoever goes. Who don't go, won't go. And that's it. That's it. Because the more you talk about it, it just makes it seem like you're just doing it at this point because people are feeling, fueling it up. And people are going to come see you because other people that they have left have talked about it. So they want to know what they're talking about, what you're talking about, and this back and forth bullshit, which is dumb to me. But, again, what do I know? Just shut up. Just do it. If you like Nike, if you're gonna do it, just do it.
Just do it. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to come out of pocket with a lot. And not only that, people who don't show up.
Now, see, this is where it gets real tricky. Those of you who have not paid for a wedding or some kind of major event that you know nothing about, that you got to pay for plates, that even if the person doesn't show up, it's still coming out of your motherfucking pocket.
You better bring some Tupperware, bitches, because you might have a lot of shit left over.
Be paying for shit even when people don't show up. My advice is keep your mouth closed, and what you can afford or what you can do, you do, and what you cannot, you just don't. And nobody will know the wiser, because the people that support you will support you even if it's not what they would consider to be a grandiose event, just because they want to see you, not see you fuck up, not see you fail, but just want to see you. Mm-hmm. Now let that sink in.
What you drinking?
What
you drinking?
What am I drinking? Me?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah, you. Who else I'm talking to? What you drinking?
It's a strawberry soda.
You hyped off a strawberry? What you have, an edible or something? You all hyped out.
No, because it's been weighing on me for like a whole week and a half.
Oh, you been holding on to that shit. God damn.
That's all I kept hearing. Like this is my therapy. So this is when I get to be like,
that's
vomit it all up. Like, what? So you guys get it.
This portion, ladies and gentlemen, is called the rant session.
Yeah, pretty good. But anyway,
continue, sir.
No, I'm done. I'm already at my.
I don't believe you. I know you got 5 minutes in you.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all I got. I love you guys, and that's all of you. I don't hate some of you. I mean, I dislike, other animals, but I don't hate nobody. That's a powerful word that I would choose.
Yeah, Patty, dude, he has been on 10 all time. I've just been watching him all night long, Patty. I don't know what it is.
No, I just get these. So we're just like enough.
No, granted, this weekend was just like ridiculous. Okay, it was really, really ridiculous.
Enough. It was enough, and I really just had enough.
It was literally a shit
I heard
show.
Enough. I seen enough. Enough was enough, and I was just over it. So sorry if it sounds like I'm just, ranting, but it was like enough. Come on, like enough. I've heard enough. I've seen enough. Enough's enough. Because even when you cut the shit off, YouTube makes sure that some of it is like right back in your face, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about now?
No, you can't. You go on another platform and it's over there too. That's the shit that gets me.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Come on. So I'm good now. Thank you.
We'll send you the bill. I still feel kind of bad for him, but yeah, this weekend it has been crazy.
Yeah.
Well, anything that bleeds into your everyday,
your personal life. You would. And I mean, granted, it's not that I don't feel bad, because I do. I mean, I feel like anybody's.
Because it could be anybody, and as we know over here, it is anybody.
Yeah, anybody's livelihood should not be threatened. In any way.
Yeah, that their livelihood.
Yeah, I think that's going too far. But it doesn't matter what your livelihood is.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Any livelihood should not be threatened. It's a difference if you
whether you live in a box or in a mansion
or a mini mansion or whatever the fuck it is. It's your business. It's yours. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to talk about. Oh, you see, Captain Bennett's green screen fell when he was talking. Yeah, but it's a show, so you keep the show going, and I'll deal with that later. And as you can see, it's back the fuck up. But that's what you do. Like just with the bug, it's like, okay, there's a bug on the wall. Okay, let it do its business or go do it. But that's the kind of stuff that you concern yourself with. If you can see it, you talk about it. But the stuff you cannot see, why are you talking about it? Why has that become the subject of a lot of people's commentary about the things we cannot see or that we don't know? Because we ain't digging that far in people's fucking private business. Because that shit's not funny. But then when you become the person that they're digging in your ass, then all of a sudden, ooh, that's not funny. Oh no, your ass is big enough.
I can't with you.
Oh God. But yeah, so your ass is big enough. So I mean, hey, like, stop. It's like, stop. It's not cool. It's not. It is not cool. It really isn't cool. It really isn't cool. And I am more, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. And granted, we can agree to disagree, but I feel more inclined to the older LGBT men and women who participate in shit like this, knowing how hard it was for them to get to where they are with their own struggles, that when they see younger individuals, I'm not even that young, and neither is he, so we're not even talking about him. Okay, so let's get that out the way. He may think he's a baby, but we all know, nigga, you're not a baby. You're not. You're grown. Struggle and try and find their way, and it becomes a thing of ridicule and make fun of. And that's not what it should be. Because somebody should be reaching down and saying, hey, brother, listen, you don't need to be doing that. You should be doing this. Or, hey, here's this information. Here's that. Here's something. And if they don't take it, that's fine. But make sure you do your part. Because maybe somebody wasn't there for you, but that doesn't mean that just because somebody wasn't there for you, you got to say fuck it to everybody else who comes behind you. That is not how we grow. That's not how we show. But, that seems to be the thing here. Like, I don't give a fuck. You figure out how you going to figure it out. Mm-hmm. Did you figure it out that way? Did you figure it out that way? Nobody ever said, oh, let me show you how to do this. Let me show you how to do that.
Yeah.
Nobody ever did that? Okay. So that's why I say all that shit is bullshit for me. Like, it's bullshit. Because it ain't entertaining nobody. And to be very honest with you, it ain't entertaining, nobody but the gays should go to hell. All that other the ones that will call you a F word in a minute, that's who it's entertaining. That's the truth of the matter. Because those are the only ones that find all of this shit that y'all do back and forth with each other hilarious. And the same ones that as soon as you piss them off, the F word comes flying out your mouth like nobody's business. But they love you because you're so funny. But I'm completely. I've exhaled. Woosah.
You've purged.
I feel like Whitney Houston. Grr. I am good. I am purged. I am relax, relate, release. I'm like Whitney Gilbert. Relax, relate, release. Dwayne. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. I just don't. I don't like it. Like, granted, and I'm not here to not for me to be like, oh, we should all be like this. Everybody's different. I understand that. But some things is just like, come on, y'all. Y'all really look like characters in the eyes of the people that run the shit. That we should be showing like, oh, they're about their business. Like, don't get me wrong. People over here make money and can really make moves if they did it right, to make the people who run the shit really pay attention to what you do, because you have everybody over here looking at the shit that you do because you do it. But there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. And that's just not the way. But I'm in. That's it. Any words, any movies, anything? I did see the little thing, but I gotta watch it again because I fell asleep on it. The new Marvel Doctor Strange. I fell asleep, so I gotta watch it again.
Oh, it's floating about the multiverse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I fell asleep on it. So I gotta watch it again.
Because I don't do cams. My shit got to be crisp. That's what happens when you wear bifocals. My shit got to be crisp. I can't see that.
You're another bougie one. Yeah, Jesse Williams does have a play, Babs, where he's naked and his dingling is flowing around. But I mean, granted,
is that the first? That's not the first. If you watch,
I got my own wing. I don't care enough about Jesse.
Yeah. But if you ever go to plays, if you ever gone to, I believe it's Macbeth. There's nudity in Macbeth.
Yeah, I mean, well, that but I think
but of course it's female.
But I think it was just because it's Jesse Williams. That's all.
Just because it's him.
Yeah, just because.
Beth says she cares.
Yeah, I mean he's an attractive guy. He's an attractive guy, but I just don't care about his women.
Now, is this was this a one-time
look
theatrical thing?
All the women care.
Fatty Dick, you can too.
Yeah, that's right. All the women put the I care in the thing, and I totally respect and appreciate it.
All the men, all the women, and some of
the men, right?
Put I care into the chat.
Some of you,
but I actually heard people asking whether or not he was wearing a prosthetic.
Some of you, and I don't think so. It looked very much, it looked very much just. Now he may have had a fluffer, I think, a little bit.
Yeah. Now I was going to ask, was this a one-time?
No, I think it's a play. So it's.
I mean, but I was wondering if was it running for? Was he going to be in it for a certain amount of time? Because sometimes they just
do like
okay. The only problem I see there is, why are you laughing? I didn't even say it yet because it's coming. I can't see being half hard. Was it 8 times a week? God damn, that's even too much for me.
Yeah, well,
suppose you have them nights you just don't feel it. Or it's a draft and your damn testicles are up in your throat.
The blue pills is on deck, I'm sure.
Yeah. Every night you got to be walking around, you've been had a stroke.
It's not like from the little video clip I saw. I don't know who sent it to me, but somebody sent it to me on.
Well, shit, it was everywhere. It was all on Twitter.
But it wasn't like boing. It was just like blue. And speaking of Twitter, real quick, just even and I believe this is the reason why that fool bought Twitter. He's going to release the ban that was placed on.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what, Twitter. I'll probably end up treating Twitter like I treated Facebook. That when they become problematic, I'll just get rid of it.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah. Or I'll just leave it up just to share.
She says she cares for artistic expression.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you do.
I'm sure you do.
But that's a double standard too. You very seldom see men do full frontals.
Right. And women.
But then too, you got men judging men. Now, if he wasn't worth mentioning, he'd be Little Dick Jesse.
Yeah, that is true.
Now, was Jesse Smollett there? No, but anyway.
He could have been. Maybe it wasn't old enough for him.
Somebody leaks on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but they had everybody in the uproar trying to. It's a penis.
That's all it is.
It's a penis. I thought it was like they were like dragging the floor or something. I could tell the difference between him and a stripper.
That's what it felt like. It felt like, what's that movie, Magic Mike or whatever? Speaking of strippers, the P Club, P Valley, whatever it is, P Valley. Yeah, that's coming back June.
Yes, I can't wait. I can't wait.
But I still gotta wait a whole month. Like, oh, come on. But it's an actual early birthday gift, so great. I'm all for it. Because I don't know how I started watching it, but then I got hooked and I was like, oh, it's not that.
Oh yeah, it was one of those ones. I'm glad I didn't watch. Had to go each week where I could watch all the episodes back to back. Because once I turned that shit on, I was sitting there.
It was just like next one. That's it.
I remember my granddaughter was like, "What you watching? Pop out something you can't go by."
Get out of here.
Close the door.
That was nice. But I did place the link there for anybody who wanted to take a hop on. If not, that's fine. I love you guys anyway. It was fun. It was real as always. And I just and it's open. Like you can disagree with me. Please don't take me as you can't disagree. We can agree to disagree. That's what adults do. I don't feel like my way is the right way or the highway to be. I just feel like, on my viewpoint, that this may be a bridge too far with a lot of things, and maybe we need to just rethink our actions sometime. That's it.
Have the conversation.
Just it's really what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And we need not to always look down at those who we think are less than, because at any moment you could be that less than. And from the smallest of actions that you may think are small. So just something to keep in your back pocket, and because life don't stop, life keeps moving. Although we're dealing with all these tragic losses. There was a young man who was a former NBA player who just lost his life at 31 years old, shot. So, this is not, this may be something to keep your mind off of, but life is still going on. People are,
it doesn't
here
stop.
1 minute, on the next. And we don't want to, people say, "Oh, from the cradle to the grave, I drag you from the cradle to the grave." But really, is that what you want to be remembered for?
Yeah. But you know what, too? You don't even get 15 minutes anymore.
That's it.
It's like
that's
next.
it. Like, granted, people raving about you now. Oh, you dragged, another dragged, or this one dragged. But okay, but when you gone, ain't nobody gonna remember that shit. People gonna be talking about the horrible shit you had on, or what you look like in this picture, that picture.
What a nasty person you are, because I've noticed that with the whole Kevin Samuels thing. That's
right. Exactly. Out of all the things he said, the only thing that you remembered was the most negative, or the most things that caused people to go, oh, I can't believe he said that about black women. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's one man's opinion. Again, y'all made it seem like this one man spoke for every black man in America, every black man in the world, that every time he viewed a black woman, or every time a man viewed a black woman, that's what they thought of every black woman. No, that is one man's opinion, but he was able to capitalize on exactly that, saying it, and people going, oh, I can't believe he said that. He's one man. He's one man who's not invincible, as we can see, like a lot of these motherfuckers who on here always talking shit and thinking nothing can happen to them. They're invincible. It's like, okay, it's your opinion.
Yeah, Bap, you're a softie.
Everybody's entitled to it.
Oh, Patty, you should have came on up, but we know you're heading on over to Twitter.
Yes.
We know what you's going to look at over at the Twitterverse.
But yeah, I mean,
and Twitter has good porn too.
Mm-hmm. I almost had a heart attack last night because I thought Twitter had canceled, had deleted my whole shit. I thought, oh, I texted Twitter. I said, my Twitter's gone. No, because I had them linked. I have the other one and that one linked.
And that one linked. What happened? You couldn't find it, or you couldn't?
It was just the one.
It?
No, it was just the one.
Just the one?
What happened? So I went and typed in the password, and then the other thing came up, and I said, "Oh no, that was the one." Who was that white woman name? I don't know who that white woman is. Who is this white woman? I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "He got me." That goddamn text.
Is it Elon?
That Elon musty bitch.
Elon must have got your ass.
His musty bitch, he got me. I said, oh, he deleted my shit. You should have seen me. I was texting Antonio like crazy. He was like, dude, are you okay? I said, oh, I'm the Tesla guy. Elon got me. He said,
let me text him. And not me, because I'd be like, huh? What the fuck are you talking about?
He said, what?
I said, what the hell are you talking about? What?
He said, he must have been like, okay, you're bugging. So he went to the private page. He took a screenshot. He said, it's working.
It's right there.
Oh.
No, what you do? You type in your own wrong name?
I did.
No, you fucking didn't.
I said, oh.
You know your own goddamn name.
No, because it asked me for the password. So I just typed in the password that I remembered. And then I was like, oh. I was like, ooh. But then I still was realizing that the one I did prior to the C2 one, the TV channel one, that one had some old white bitch name on. I said, "What is white bitch under my email? Like, I'm reporting this white bitch under my email because I don't like her."
Because they always trying to get you to some fucking scam every time I turn around.
I said, "Who the fuck is this white bitch under my email? Get you off of here!" But I figured it out. I said, "Oh." I found it. So this morning he woke up to my text like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Oh, thank you. I found it."
You felt real dumb, didn't you?
I did a little bit. I felt a little bit, but I was so nervous. I was scared. I had a heart attack. It was about 1:30 or 1 o'clock. I said, "Ooh, where my pictures? Where my pictures? Somebody about to be slinging my dick everywhere."
You would have had the damn cops knocking at your door. There's some white woman in here screaming about.
I said, all the Tesla men done took my penis. Oh Lord, what am I do, Lord? I was scared. I ain't never been nervous in my life.
And that reminds me of this afternoon with Stump Down. Did you listen to that? You didn't listen to that?
I didn't see it.
Oh, well, you gotta listen to that.
I think I might have.
If it was birthday one, because I was surprised.
No, I had left. I popped in, but I had left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to listen to the rest of that because that shit was funny.
Yeah. I was so scared. I was so nervous.
Yeah, I can see it now. 911. But that's a white woman talking about it. She can't find her other explicit Twitter account.
I said, "Ooh, the Tesla man done took it." I said, "He done took it."
He done sold your shit.
I said, "He done sold like a slave." I feel like I was bought on auction. And somebody's gonna be like, "I want him with the third leg." I was nervous. I thought I was on the auction block. I didn't know what. I was so scared.
If I was on telling you, I told you don't fucking call me. Call me after 10.
I know, but my little brother, he knows me. He knows my nervousness because I don't usually. I gotta be really nervous or something gotta be bothering me. For me to text you in the middle of the night, it's gotta be like red alert, bitch. We in trouble. So yeah, that was
going on.
He was just like,
Republicans won again. What the fuck is going on?
Right. He was like, calm down.
Fast food, you saying Young Thug and his 56 charges?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's crazy too. Listen, these rappers need, again, just like we said earlier, if you're soft, you're soft. Just stay soft. You're not no hardcore. You're not no hardcore gangster. Like
Stop pretending.
If you wearing blouses and dresses with Timbs on, you is not no hardcore. Nothing. I don't care what you say. I don't care how metrosexual you think you are. Ain't no man walking around in no dress. That's just not happening. Ain't nothing.
Now I would like to free ball. It does look comfortable.
Well, I mean, free balling is one thing. You can free ball with some sweats. You ain't got to put on a fucking dress to be free balling. And if that's the case, take your ass over to Scotland.
It's so flowy.
Take your ass over to Scotland, get yourself a kilt, and you could do that.
They too short.
Well,
too short. I'd be cold all the goddamn time.
Well, then you don't want to. Well, then you don't want to wear it. Then I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't feel the need to, put on no wraparound or walk around in no fucking sundress. I don't.
Sundress?
No, I don't. I don't feel the need to walk around in no goddamn sundress. Now, if you do, that's your business. Some of you motherfuckers need a sundress as big as you are. You look like the sun, but I don't know. That's not my ministry. Sundresses is not my ministry. So, but more power to you. But with all them charges, stop acting. A lot of these rappers try to act like they hardcore. Just stick to your little bubblegum rap that don't nobody understand anyway. Shit sound like
need a translator, man.
Translator. I need somebody that works for the UN for a lot of this shit, because I don't even know what the hell like what?
Hey, y'all, what you say? Straight men don't white.
It's not like
nobody good enough to go commando. Well, you go sit down on your grandmother's sofa. You got that plastic on it. That's why she put that plastic on it.
But that's a whole nother thing. See, that's what I'm saying. That whole straight men don't write good enough. Men should write, period. There's no reason like for you to be walking around as grown as you are with brown marks in your fucking shitty ass. That shit is not cool.
Nasty.
It don't give you points at all. It's like, come on, you smell like shit. So when she's talking about you ain't shit, you really ain't shit because you walking around smelling like shit. Like, come on.
No, but always trying to get somebody to suck it, fuck it, or whatever, or lick it, and you're not ready.
Yeah,
you're not ready. I never understood that. When I would hear people complain about it, it's like,
she like my natural scent. She like, no, that's because she nasty like yo.
Like you are. She nasty too. Look at her house. Her house nasty as fuck. All them goddamn clothes folded up in totes and shit. Ain't goddamn mattress on the floor.
Roaches on the wall.
And snotty nosed kids.
What a life. I don't know nothing about it. Thank God. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Well, we needed a good laugh. Yes. Definitely.
Yeah, with all the shit going on. But I was able to get through the entire docket-ish. That was a lot of articles. That was about a good
Well, it was relatively light. That was light. It was relatively light. And I was waiting for something to break with this Roe v. Wade crap.
Not mud butt. Yes. That's right, Patty Duke. Don't nobody want no mud butt.
Yeah.
That's right. Gay, straight, or indifferent. Don't nobody want no mud butt. Everybody ain't Shrek, bitch. Ain't nobody wallowing in no mud. Ain't nobody Charlotte's Web. What was the name of the pig?
Wilbur.
Yeah, everybody ain't Wilbur. Everybody ain't Wilbur. Some people look like Wilbur, but everybody ain't Wilbur. I'm not gonna mess around in no mud. Time for that.
Yeah, mud butt.
You grown about
it is. That's crazy. I never understood this. Like, look, when you become sexually active, all your corners and crevices should be clean to the best of your abilities.
Like
if you have other stuff going on, you need to get that. You need to be old enough to take your ass to the doctor, get that shit fixed.
It's like little things
or any other thing
in elementary school. It's like I am somebody. I am great. When I was a child, I thought as a child. I acted as a child. But I am, like you grow up, bitch. Like you get some oomph about yourself. So, as the old folks say, you start smelling yourself. When you smell them onions, that means you're grown, bitch. Get them onions taken care of and put some tussin under them. Tussin under them underarm. And white
some tussie. That's that damn deodorant in the jar. Like everybody had that red and white jar.
I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know if it was non-allergenic or something, but you always used it when the deodorant would break you out. You had to switch sometimes.
Yeah.
And you had to use that, and then it's like you just pasted on. You be pasting that shit on out the jar.
Not pasted.
Yeah, it was in a jar. It was a paste in the jar. Then they came out when the roll-on
first
came out with the ball. But yeah, shit. When you become a grown person, shit, be ready all the time because you never know what life brings you. It'd be one of those moments. It's like, damn, I never knew this shit was about to go down, and I wasn't ready because my ass was dirty.
That's it.
No. Could you imagine? Yeah, search engine. Yeah. I just can't imagine that anyway.
Anywhere, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they tell you to cough and spread them. And it's like peanut butter. I'm done. Goodbye.
Or you write up the whole jail. Everybody, God damn. Like, really?
Ass all dirty.
Embarrassing.
Sheesh.
You sitting there talking about some dingleberries. That's not dingleberries. That's a whole.
If your ass is, if your ass is that hairy, yes, you should shave or trim.
Yeah. I mean, goodness gracious, what you hiding? Drugs up in there?
Maybe.
Not that Tussie was strong. That Tussie was strong.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, everybody had it. Everybody had that.
All right, guys. Look at that. You got a whole 30 minutes out of me. All right.
No, what was up in that cup? Had a whole 30 minutes out
of me. Nothing but strawberry Fanta.
Yeah, Fanta and what?
Strawberry Fanta.
I don't know. Would you have an edible? Would you do smoke?
Nope.
Oh.
All natural.
The lies that you tell.
Everybody have a great night. Thank you once again, as always, for joining me in another episode of Politics and Wellness. Brother Nick, you got anything you want to share with the people besides wear your mask, lotion, all that good stuff?
Duke's lotion.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. You never leave home without it. Wash your ass,
please. Wash your ass, please.
And when you come out here on these YouTube streets, just remember that you do have enemies, and they're waiting for you to fuck up.
They're ready to snipe your ass. How about you one better? Mind your fucking business.
Yes, and mind your fucking business.
That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with your mind your business.
You might just live longer if you mind your fucking business. And this goes out. That's a worldwide.
That's a worldwide, right? Your shit might not be in jeopardy if you mind your goddamn business.
And again, I'd like to take my hat off to Avatar Nation for opening their borders to allow a potential refugee to join the avatars.
Who's a potential refugee? Oh God!
You all right? No rolling. No rolling.
Like Ukraine.
That's right. Just
on the Ukrainian border.
Right. For opening their borders. Because you don't remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good.
It came to me.
But even in one of his lives, he mentioned it, and I howled. I was gonna call you. I was howling. I was hollering because damn it, we ain't just say that shit earlier that day.
Right.
I was all in through.
Talking about
I find that it's nice that we find solidarity out here in the virtual space, that we would take in someone.
Keep your borders.
Need,
Thank you for keeping the borders open. Thank you for keeping the borders open. Thank God for borders.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Right, borders and fish from Jamaica.
Ripping and cast the oil.
Oh man, too much. Other than that, everybody stays safe. Keep your mask on. The shit is climbing again.
Yes, because you don't want to find yourself
and new variants.
Dolphins. Yes.
Yeah,
you don't want to find yourself swimming with the dolphins, Lord.
Oh, he's like swimming with the dolphins. Yeah.
Stay safe. You're gonna be swimming with the fishes. Because they're coming to get you. Oh God. Ooh. Oh Jesus. All right. On that note, Everybody have a blessed night.
Oh, one quick thing. Melissa Scott stepped up her game. You see, she had changed the thumbnail.
Oh, yeah, she changed a little internet.
I'm like, go ahead, girl. I am sick of you.
That is right. I am sick of you. You got a little intro, got a little internet clear. I said, all right, auntie. She ready to.
I meant to mention that earlier because she sleep now. She'll catch us at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right. But yes, congratulations to Melissa Scott.
Thumbnail, intro, and everything else.
Right. Doing it. Talking about coffee quiz. I'm ready to take my test. They say, oh, here, I'm ready for my tests. I'm ready for my tests.
I enjoy her lives. It's like sitting on the porch with your neighbor.
Right.
Shooting the
shit. On fire off.
Oh, shoot the shit. You just waiting for him to light it. I was like, all right, come on. I'm ready. Wait a minute. Let me get my drink.
Right. Ooh, she outside. Let's go.
Let's go. And sit on back and relax. I was like, go ahead. I am just so impressed.
So, but yeah, definitely shout out. Sorry. No, just my finger was just pressing on it. For those of you who don't know, please check out Melissa Scott. Check out a lot of the other content creators. You definitely find some interesting moments that are not only impactful with some wisdom and other things, but just entertaining and something different.
I'm sure you find something that you will definitely like, not the same old all the time.
Right.
You know, you get sick of hearing the bullshit, just like we get sick of hearing the bullshit.
Right.
And now you have a lot of these subbies that are venturing out.
True.
Starting their own channel. Yeah, that's right. Because I'm going to start my own channel. So send me cash apps now.
The Miss O just started hers.
Yeah, she started hers.
And Kimmy's still doing her thing and climbing. So yeah, definitely, reach out and support a lot of these other content creators that are bringing something different, along with the little taste of mess that some of you enjoy. It's good to
take the leap and try it yourself.
Yeah, right. Instead of listening to somebody else because they don't like it.
If you can't find what you're looking for, you create it yourself.
Right. Exactly. Be the change you want to see.
Don't say too much.
Right.
Plagiarism.
Right. But anyway, you guys have a great night. God bless. And good night.
Good night.